I'd give Aaron the slight edge, but then Greg has just destroyed Josh Kane, 6-0, who beat me a round or two before. Playing really well, so I was very surprised to see that score. I'm assuming Greg just got the first 6 chances or whatever, but I didn't see the match.
Yeah, indeed. We've just seen a demolition job from John McAllister. He looks quite ominous.
Yeah, he looked ominous, but he was chasing the cue ball round. he got them, but he made everything much more difficult than it needed to be. But he's always been a master of recovery, and he was doing it the match before as well. Even he had to win the match with a big double, didn't he? So, but yeah, he just seems to get himself out of position, get himself back in. He very rarely misses when he's at the table, but it can often be the scenery. Oh, and a little Cadbury's parrot there.
Just about to say, what a wonderful opportunity for Greg Batten in his opening frame. And I just say, Cadbury's parrot, look at this one.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, what a horrible way.
You can't explain these. You can never replicate that. It just...
It's always on the kind of screw shot as well, isn't it? They're not even hard. They're kind of a mid-pace screw shot. No. And you could see he was just pinching the pocket to create the angle, which you should be able to do. It's perfectly legitimate, but it's just gone right round the back of the pocket now. So a little bit of work to do on the yellows. Yeah, the one at the top of the table, and obviously these two together on the left cushion. There are things to think about. I think if he takes the one closest to the pot the one closest to the pocket on the left side, I think he can get to the potting angle of the one above it, but it's all about linking the balls, and that's going to be the hardest part here. I don't think he's going to go, to be honest. He just try to push that red to the cushion, then he could screw into the red again here, that red he moved, and just push it to the cushion, and then maybe look to gain a tactical advantage. I think you're really odds against here for a finish. Just that yellow at the top is really awkward. So I'd be screwing into the red, pushing the red into the cushion. See, I don't know if he's tried to do it then. I think he has. I think he has, yeah. Try to just put that red in with the yellows. Shows how grippy the cloth is, I don't know, they're just instantly held. But he's on the double now. I mean, he may have played up for this double. He may have been thinking go. I wouldn't have played it at that pace if I was trying to push the red to the cushion. So I imagine he was attacking. I don't think he was playing that shot. It's just an option. And someone said earlier on commentary actually that Aaron is much more of a attacking player than he looks, or he did in the World Rules. In the World Rules, he was known for being quite tactical, but in these rules, he seems to have. He gets the balance right. He's very. He's a thinker with the game, isn't he? Yeah. He knows he's got a very good all-round game. Just chasing it a bit here now. He's just struggling with free ball plant. I'm seeing that. I think you go cushion first for this free ball plant maybe to control the cue ball. Otherwise you're hitting it very thin. But either way, it is on. Big ask. It's not really. It's pretty natural. Yeah, I would. He's overcut it, but still equity in the shot. Greg's still got a tiny bit of work to do here now. Yeah. And Aaron's ball's all in the open, so it's a good visit to the table given where the yellows were. He could have done a lot worse with that. Still asking the question. Don't know if he can grip this just underneath the other red. I think he can. Yeah. He's going to track towards that yellow. He's just trying to develop it out. I'm not sure that was the ideal way to go, but still work to do. Oh, he's definitely. Yellow's a favourite from here. This is a tricky out. You're going to have a ball over the pocket to try and get back down, and there's not big areas to land in where you can finish these two at the bottom. I don't think that's. Can he screw directly down the left-hand side? That's what he wants. Too big an angle, I think, isn't it? Does anything go past the 8 ball to the bottom right? Does that red nearest the 8 ball go past it? Or does he have to get? Does he have to get down to play them in the middles or up the table? I think he can screw down the left side here, pinch the pocket. Oh, he's gone twice across. He's having fun with that middle pocket. I think this red goes. He's going to have a good look at it. I don't think he's got the whole pocket, but we've got a camera view, have we, from the pocket? Cameraman. I know we haven't got cameras in the pocket, but is the cameraman round there? Yeah, he's got half a pocket. The yellow's a good little stopper for the cue ball. Just that's in. He's got it. Is it? No. Oh. It looked like it was just for a second, just towards that near knuckle, but
and he's left the pocket for Aaron. Obviously Aaron could double this yellow if the pocket wasn't available, but that would have been more preferable for Greg. But I mean, yeah, he's left Aaron the frame here. At least if that red blocked the pocket, yeah. Aaron would have to do a little bit of work, but just got to mind his cue ball here, and he's out.
Yeah, screwing straight back across the table to take that one. Oh,
yeah, he's quit on that, but it's still fine. It's no problem. This is probably the better order anyway. Left corner, then back across to the right hand side of the table. Try not to land straight if you can. Just the one along the bottom cushion last. But even if you land straight, you're still okay. It's just you'd rather have a slight angle just to get out. Given he wasn't feeling well and he was, yes, perfect. He was 5-1 behind with not too long left on the match clock against Clayton Castaldi, the world champion, on his first appearance here. It's quite amazing that he's here, really. He had a very good 6-red in that match.
It's one of those unusual games when they look at the draw. Both players will quite like their opponent.
Yeah. They've got quite a similar style of play, really.
Yeah. Yeah.
Aaron probably, even though he has had a lot of success with ultimate pool, maybe is one of the guys that would have liked to pick up a title by now. He's obviously been on since year one. One of the 32 original pros.
So both players having a couple bites of the cherry. Aaron Davies just couldn't get himself across the line.
It's a poor break. I'm always and the reds are lovely. Just the 8-ball really is the only thing he's got to work out. But I mean, he's hit right across his hip below the middle of the cue ball. He's trying to screw straight back up the table, and I
think always been one of the weaker points of his game. I think he's adapted it. He's got
power. He just he does. He's one of the ones who more consistently comes across the cue ball like that.
Yeah, he's got that bespoke break cue that he uses, and quite an unusual breaking action. It's effective, but quite often you do see him squirt it to the side cushions.
Yeah,
he just loses a little bit.
I mean, I can't tell you how much you've got to mishit it to hit below the middle. That is, you very rarely see it from the pro players.
Yeah, if you could get that kind of frame by frame slow motion, you'd have seen the contact on the side of the front ball, wouldn't you?
Yeah, it's like a front ball cut break basically.
Yeah.
When you're trying to hit it full ball, but anyway.
What a delightful layout.
Yeah, and that's where pool can be such a cruel game, because Greg's had that bounce out where he would have probably comfortably got out from his break. He's 1-0 behind, although he did get chances in that. He did get another chance, which he didn't take in that frame, but it was a much harder chance than the one he originally had, where the bounce out happened. And now Aaron's hit a poor break and ended up. I mean, he's not out here. The 8-ball does still need to be got on. There's no obvious ball to track for the 8, so certainly don't want to be leaving the one over the bottom right corner till last. And then that it's not easy to get back out from there to something else. So there's work to do here. It's just to see how he goes about it. Nearly missed that one. And he's played for this one over the pocket, but because he pot that ball so thick, can he see enough of this? He can definitely pot this, but can he see enough to get the cue ball back out? So he wanted to be dead straight.
Yeah.
And if he's not, he's really chasing now.
Yeah, he may not be able to take that now, but
he's used his extension as well. He's got to play a shot here. He's not going to have much time to line up. He's not a kind of one poke and hit kind of guy. He wants to have a few little feathers and still got a chance, but that yellow's a bit annoying up the top. This shot, if that yellow wasn't in the top right corner of the table, you'd play this red up the table, 2 cushions, and you're tracking a nice line. You want a kind of half ball angle to get back across the table for the 8-ball off the last red, but he might try and dance around the yellow. He's going to try and screw off one cushion above it, so lots of screw right hand side. Just come back towards the middle of the table. Doesn't want to be too straight. He's overhit it because of that.
Well, that's a very, very small window to get into now, isn't it?
This is nasty. So the thing, if he can't really leave the cue ball where the red is now, it's too thin, and if he tries to screw back for the next so he's above that yellow, if you like. This was in the middle of the table. That's a very small window between those two yellows, and it's still going to be a bit of a smelly 8-ball, even if he does find it. So we'll move this back about a foot and a half. Perfect. Just going to have enough of the 8 sticking out. That's a lovely shot. Yeah, you can see this. Played that nicely.
Yeah, he judged that really well.
You fancy him to get it, but it's been a bit of a journey, this finish. Yeah, nice. Good work.
Very effective, yeah. Very, very nice. Really gritty players.
Greg has worked on his break as well. He's hitting them very straight and very flush. That's a lovely break.
Yeah.
Cue ball.
Oh dear. Never.
And look at the reds. He's going to feel
absolutely disgusted by that.
The only blessing with that, not that it's a blessing, is it was dry anyway. But, oh dear. I mean, he's flushed them. To be fair, nothing's touched the cue ball. He has literally screwed straight up and down to there, but you can't legislate for that. And I mean, if the 8-ball goes right centre, just take all the reds at the top, leave the one over the bottom left pocket till last. So if he's got, as long as he's got a full pocket to the right centre, that'll be his plan. If not, he might do something else. But
just going to drop this in the middle and just come down and cannon into the
yellow. Yeah. So that tells me that.
Ooh, that's okay. I mean,
he missed that.
Yeah, probably going for a full ball cannon there, but.
Yeah, he didn't intend to hit the red at all. I mean, it wouldn't have mattered. There was no way he couldn't be on a ball.
Yeah.
And he has opened this red up now a bit more. It was a little bit guarded by the yellow previously.
Yeah, they all link pretty well now. Probably want to take the one. Wouldn't want to leave the one in the middle of the table to your penultimate, or it doesn't really matter?
No, you don't really want to.
Yeah.
No, not ideally. We wanted to be on that second, but obviously where he was so close to it, he didn't want to risk fouling, so he's just left it there. I mean, it's not the worst penultimate red, but yeah, you haven't got a lot of room to. That might not have gone in on a club table.
He's using the whole of the pocket on a couple of these shots now.
Yeah, I mean, you ideally want to be dead straight on it to be able to pull back to the left cushion that penultimate red. But worst case, you can drift down to the bottom cushion, but there's not loads of room.
Big angle here.
Yeah, he's okay. Just put lots of left-hand side on this and just kind of no stun or anything. Just drag and left and let the white float down on its own on these tables. You can do that. It just takes the guesswork out of it. He might see it a different way. He's thinking about coming across to the right-hand side of the table, but I wouldn't be doing that.
No.
As long as you can get yourself reasonably straight, you don't have to be dead straight on it. I think he is coming across the table, you know. Yeah, I mean, it's fine. He's going to be, I don't know. It's going to be hard to avoid those two yellows together now, and I mean, you can avoid them and come down the right side of the table, but then it's
lots of traffic.
And even then, you can't get loads of pace on it.
You're straight down on it, so.
Is he trying to just glance off the yellows and go forwards? Yeah, that was fine. Lots of left-hand side to create the angle. Nice shot. It's hard to tell from here whether that's on or not. But yeah, I'm assuming, obviously, as I said at the beginning, that the 8-ball has a full pocket to the right centre. Otherwise, he wouldn't have left this one till last. Oh, it didn't. It's a very interesting route he's taken then, because that ball I would have definitely been getting that one off the table early. That wasn't really a connector if the 8-ball didn't go. I mean, he's still fine, but I mean, it's just one of those. It's a little tester. Yeah, straight down the middle.
Nails it. Kind of under the left eye to the right of that left eye, but it's a very, very unusual way that he plays, and didn't get the luck on that one.
Oh, this is going to be a frame and a half. Greg must be thinking, what's going on here? This is the one thing you don't want in these frames of pools with the rules. Any rules, an 8-ball with a yellow and a red over it. 8-ball over the pocket and a yellow and a red near it.
Yeah, we saw one of these in a match yesterday. And
Tom's match, wasn't it? In the end, it was Jez Graham. In the end, Jez just cleared up because he was behind in the match, and they were losing so much clock. He just went for the stalemate. You can't go yellows here unless that yellow goes past the 8 ball. I think you had to go reds.
I was thinking exactly the same. Surely you take reds here.
Obviously, the plan will be to. I mean, I'm sure that yellow's blocked by the 8 ball. So the plan would have been take a red, get your red out. I mean, there are 2 other reds tied up in the middle of the table there by yellows. But I just don't see where he's going unless the yellow goes past the 8 ball, which he's looking at here. Is he?
I'm not sure if we've got an overhead on this. Yeah, we have. Well,
I don't think. Well, the overhead does make it look like there's less of a gap than there is, to be fair. Because obviously, if you think the camera's above the blue spot, so that angle, maybe there's more room than it looks. I mean, he can't have gone yellows unless that yellow goes. I just can't see how anyone would go that way. But yeah, he's going to be right behind it. Oh, that's a better view. He can at least get the pocket.
He can. Is it one of those that you punch hard and it almost kind of compresses the cushion and makes a bit of space, doesn't it? But
yeah, you could do that.
I'm not sure.
I think that's more when the 8 ball's touching the cushion, though.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a good shot.
Very nice.
Very nice. Still not out yet, though. He's What do you do here? Do you just drop this in and play the so drop the one on the cushion and then play the yellow near it to the top right?
I think you have to.
Does the yellow nearest the cue ball now go past the 8 ball? I'm sure it does, to at least some of the pocket.
Yeah.
You don't want to be trying to do too much with these. Just drop it and take your meds in. Back yourself to pot the long one. Oh, he's overhit it.
Almost kind of went cushion first, which got the cue ball.
Well, he overhit it anyway.
Yeah.
The pace was too. Yeah, like I said, I don't think he got the contact point he wanted. But he's hit that too hard. I mean, he's still got a shot. It still goes top right, and the cue ball's natural now. You can screw off the cushion, then between the yellow and the 8 ball, and play the yellow in the bottom left corner last. So it's just got to pot the ball. But this is a very tricky pot, especially when you're 3-0 down and everything that's happened so far.
And the clock's against you too.
Great shot.
Oh, what a great shot that is.
Great shot. And I think he's kissing into that top red of the 2 just to hold the cue ball. So that's brilliant.
That's a superb recovery. He needed this. Definitely.
And it's been a very good visit to the table, given everything that's happened so far. Very, very impressed. It's a man who's won a few matches and is playing with some confidence. Anyone wants to watch that? Table 2. Phil had 10 seconds to clear 5 balls and snookered himself, so that was the laughter. And did a typical Phil. Oh, Greg's got another opportunity here. Bit of this first cannon. Take the yellow, bump the yellow out on the cushion. Try and get it out past those reds or through the reds, and should have a good opportunity. Lots of pace on this one. Yeah, not enough for me. I mean, maybe he was a bit thinner than I thought, but I'd have really wanted to hit that full and rip into it. But maybe he was thinner and couldn't get a full contact. So, but it was never hard enough to move it out really at that pace. So now he is chasing. Does play for the yellow off the red in the centre next. Yeah, I suppose. Yeah, just leave the one on the cushion till last. Now it goes.
Yeah. Yep.
As long as he lands straight enough, he can just drop it in and be on the 8 ball through the gap of the red. So just got to get there now.
Yeah, and fancy this from here.
So yeah, definitely want to be cutting this one in the left middle next. And then the yellow over the top right corner. One over the top left corner to drift down to that left hand cushion. Leave himself straight on the one down the cushion last, or just off straight. Just want about a half ball angle here. Just want to see him punch it back a tiny bit, maybe land somewhere on the bulk line. Just a natural angle to just drift on and off the cushion. He's topping it. He's trying to land low. Fair enough. Same result.
Yeah, that's okay. I want to get fairly close to this one. I mean, he won't. Somewhere probably 4 or 5 inches above the middle pocket would be order of the day.
Oh, it's perfect.
Yeah,
it's a nice shot. That is a ball in hand perfect.
Yeah.
Took a risk there. I didn't think he needed to try and get that close, but if he's back in his cue ball, then yeah, it's a brilliant shot. I mean, you left it unmissable now, basically. Yeah, nice visit to the table. And given everything that happened, he's done very well to get himself back in this match.
Hasn't he ever?
He's going to hit this one perfect. Yeah, he's found it. Deserves a ball off that break.
He called that one.
Just the one red to deal with at the top near the yellows there, near the 2 yellows in the cue ball.
Yeah.
There may be enough room if he parks the cue ball in the right place to pot it into the top left corner. If not, he's going to land short position to put it in the top right or move it or bump into the yellow. So.
Do you open with the plant? Yeah, it looks like it.
Yeah, I think it's the only choice he's got, to be fair. I mean, yes, the one goes past the bottom left, but the other red's in the way, so no need to take that risk. This isn't doing you any harm getting rid of one of these. But there's work to do. It's not obvious how he's going to get on that tricky red. There really isn't a good connecting ball. He's going to have to manufacture something a little bit. He could kind of leave himself thin on one to the right middle. So where this bottom left corner is, just pot the one over the pocket, leave himself thin on one to the right middle and maybe drift up into the yellow. He's still got the one over the bottom right corner to land on. Or he can now... No, he can play this off the yellow and use the yellow to move. I don't know if this is his intention, but if he plays the one dead straight to the left middle off the yellow then pushes towards the red and yellow.
I was looking at the red to the right of that, I think.
Well, he's landed plumb on this to play the free. So the yellow moves the work up the top. I don't think this was his intention, but where he's landed, it's just kind of inviting you to play this shot.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah, controlled it well. He's absolutely bullet perfect. I'm sure it wasn't his intention, but maybe it was. To be fair, what else was he playing? Pretty good vision to see that. It's just Phil was setting a pretty good shootout time, about 21 seconds there for Rob. Is it Rob Warren to beat? Yeah. So Rob's very good at these, though. I wouldn't be surprised to see Rob beat that. That's about par for Rob Warren. 21 seconds. Time to be confirmed. Phil's got quicker at these, hasn't he?
He has, yeah.
He's been putting the work in. You can tell. It's been a nice little visit to the table from Aaron, this one, just to restore his authority on the match. Keep that break, whatever we're talking about. I don't know that. I mean, I've heard a couple of people say the balls are breaking tougher this weekend. I didn't really want to leave himself bridging here, but I mean, he's only got to dolly it in. Although I had one of these in my first match against Gary Clark, and it rolled away. I mean, it was straighter than this, but it rolled away, and it's like an unmissable shot. And I hit the wrong side of it, but I'm watching it go down the table and turning. It was frightening, really. That one stayed online.
Yeah, it certainly did.
And we've even watched the replay, and you can see it's bang on line when I hit it, because the camera's right behind you, and then you can just see it turning away from the cushion on the way up the table.
So Aaron restores the 2-frame lead.
Not many people can hit the ball that hard. I can hit it 24, but that's my limit. But again, I just lose all control when I try and do that. So
that's another dry break.
Really? Yeah, he had a bit of side on that one, even though it did still go straight up the middle. That side does, from experiment with it, does knock a good mile or two an hour off your speed, hitting across the white. So
just work to do on one red, one on the left-hand side, adjacent to the yellow.
And there's plenty of work to do in this finish because he didn't catch them well. They haven't really opened up. So at least he's left Aaron some work to do. But you see there's a lot of traffic around the triangle area, bottom half of the table where the break didn't connect. I don't think he's going to go yellows. So he's maybe thinking about that yellow at the top near the red to play that down off this red over the pocket to free the pocket up. in a couple of shots' time. I think he was thinking of doing it next there, so pushing that yellow to a straighter pot, and then or maybe the one at the bottom of the table might well just sneak under the red actually and move it, so that'll be fine as well. It's hard to tell from here whether there's enough gap there. But
I think there is. There may be. At it now, so I'm pretty sure that's going to be his next ball.
It's just that now he's got that tricky yellow where you said the tricky red was. The yellow next to that is tricky. That's his biggest issue, plus whether or not the one at the top of the table goes to the top right. Obviously it goes to the right centre, but you prefer it to go top right.
I'm pretty sure that we get to see it on the stream, but I think Rob Warren has beaten that Phil Harrison time, pretty sure. And
just screw back here for his tricky one.
If he has, that means I don't think there's any players left from the top 16, is there? If Phil gets beaten,
Christoph wasn't he? So
Christoph.
No, but he's out now. He said Dom beat him.
Out, yeah,
so
yeah.
Dom I think slipped outside the top 16, did he? 21.16 Rob Warren had to beat. I think you've just spoiled it for anyone who's watching Table 2 and Table 1 because it's only just coming live on my app. But what a break that was from Rob Warren there. Yeah. Oh, he fouled. No, he definitely didn't beat it.
No, he didn't.
No, Phil's still in.
He should have beaten it.
That is, yeah, he had a great chance to. And he swiped his cue. You don't want to be doing that. Oh, dear. Yeah. Thanks for the false information, Nick.
Yeah, kept you guessing.
Don't listen to a word Nick says. Nick Finn on commentary, guys. Yeah, talking rubbish.
I heard something in my ear.
Oh, did you?
But actually, after the break, you believed that he was going to get it. He had an
unbelievable chance that was. I was very surprised to see, because he's done quite a few where he's had to beat a time, Rob Warren, and yeah, I mean, you see the disappointment the way he walked out of the arena. But Phil still lives on, gets even stronger favourite after coming through a 6 red.
Yeah. Aaron going about this clinical.
Took these well natural angle here just to float across the 8 ball in the right centre. It's left the perfect angle to just drag it in. As you see, a very nice pattern he worked out there. Again, hard from the camera angle to see that yellow off the red was on, because that red looked like it was blocking that. But he said he couldn't believe the setup. I said, well, it is, Paul don't do things by halves, do they? They have invested a lot of money and made this game as good as it can be. Aaron's been threatening to go in off.
Yeah.
He's been threatening each middle. Now he's gone in the top corner, and reds are lovely. You just want to take these out nice and quick, get yourself back in the game.
Yeah.
Break dish and it's game on.
Yeah. Greg will be over the moon to see that cue ball getting dumped.
I mean, I'm saying reds are fine as long as he can pot that red nearest the 2 together. Yeah, he's already done it.
Yeah.
I mean, they were fine.
Yeah.
Couldn't ask for a better layout.
Yeah, dot-to-dot finish.
Just got to connect these other 2 at the top. If you can land straight on the one to the left middle, yeah, that's it. There's not loads of room there to land good on it, so it's perfect. Didn't want to be too far from straight here, and he was, as you see, dead straight. So yeah, just how he deals with the one nearest the pocket. So ideally your last ball, or he'll use it to screw out. Now it doesn't really matter, it's just player preference. Absolutely fine to get it out of the way now. Screw back up to where the cue ball is. Yep, fine. And he's taking these out in 45 seconds.
Yeah.
The match clock's not going to come into play, so Aaron still has to win 2 more frames. Greg needs 4.
Yeah, he's got those in double quick time. Very nice. Probably around.
Wow.
And I think Chris posted
23
seconds.
And Phil did 21.
Yeah.
Look at the side on that cue ball. Safety break though, it's left nothing. This is going to be. We said there's going to be no problem with the clock. This frame could take 10 minutes, and the clock could come into play. This is a long burner, and Aaron's got no reason to be aggressive at all. Greg's going to have to make the moves in this frame. Aaron will just be playing nothing shots, keeping it tight, running that clock down. making Greg go for the low percentage finish. Eventually, I don't think he'll be going for a while either. I mean, these are awful. Problems all over the table.
Ooh,
and a foul. It's not even going to be the
Wow.
worst thing though. What's Greg going to do? You can't clear these up. So what's his plan? I'm not saying can't, but there isn't a finish on here realistically.
No.
So that's not the worst foul. But it might just give Greg a chance to open the table up a bit somehow. Yeah. Take a colour. Really, the plan is pick a colour and then pop one of your opponent's balls next with the loss of turn shot, and then you're kind of playing with 6 balls each. But this is in a normal frame. Obviously, in a time match when you're behind,
he doesn't.
You can't let this drag on. Yeah, it's one of those strange situations where the foul didn't mean a lot. And if anything, if Greg does take a ball and doesn't take one of Aaron's off the table, Aaron is more of a favourite in the frame.
Yeah.
Because he's got the ball advantage. There isn't always a ball advantage, but when the balls are kind of even like this, Aaron has more options, having 7 reds on the table. So, yeah, that's kind of a ball in hand that's actually done him a favour, really, as oddly as that sounds. I mean, to be fair, the yellows have opened up. If Greg could have left the double on this, I mean, he maybe still has, maybe they all go. He's actually found a little finish, has he?
Yeah, they've all got a pocket. I mean, it's a tricky finish. He's going to need really good cue ball all the way through, but
there is a chance.
It's open.
Ideally, it would have wanted to be leaving this one, I guess, and playing them on the bottom left corner next straight.
Yeah.
And then the yellow. That is really the only problem. Yellow, the one between the 3 yellows and the 8 ball, if you like, the one the cue was tracking towards now. That's the one he's got to work out.
Yeah, I think he's tried to get across there now, hasn't he? Just fallen short.
I don't know if he can pop the one nearest the pocket and maybe bump the red out the way a bit. The one that's blocking the yellow to the bottom left corner. I don't know if that's on or not, to be honest. He might be catching the red on the cushion first if he does that. Push this red towards the rail. A little bit of insurance. Playing the plant then, is he?
Yeah, looks that way.
It's not a bad shout. I think the yellow will naturally still be on, but it's whether he can. He's looking at the thin one. So to be fair, he's freed the yellow I was talking about being blocked to the right centre. So as long as he can land with sight of the one closest to the pocket next, then he's freed the other one to the right centre, and this will be a great finish.
He's got the gap.
This will be a fantastic finish. I didn't really think it was on, but
no, nor me.
He's found a way, and Greg didn't even think it was on for a while, and then he found something. He found a plant. He looked at it right towards the end of his shot allocation, time allocation, and what a finish he's found here. I mean, Aaron will be thinking, what's happened?
Yeah, that really is top draw.
Yeah, he's picked this together really well, picked it apart, if you like, really well.
Use that extension and just trying to find the right first shot, and he probably found one of the only shots on the table that would actually give him a chance.
I mean, it's very brave going aggressive here because there was a lot of work to do, but this is fantastic pull from Greg.
Yeah, top draw. That is one out of the top draw for sure. Great clearance. Superb.
Just think hit a good break and see what's left.
The way that cue comes across his chest, it just feels like he's cramped, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Maybe that's where he lacks the power.
Middled it though. Absolutely middled it. Which makes no sense, does it? Bit of work to do.
Yeah, there is.
He doesn't pull it back straight, which a lot of players don't, but you see as he pulls back, it bends across there, pulls it back sort of behind him to his left.
Yeah.
Slightly, so then you're much more likely not to hit the middle of the white when you come back. So that's one thing for anyone trying to work on their break. Watch the cue come back straight. And there's a lot more chance you're going to follow through and hit the middle of the cue ball. And quite often you'll see people pull the cue back diagonally, and then yeah, you're coming across the white then. Very hard to hit middle. So what's he going to do with this red blocked by the 8 ball?
Yeah, it doesn't double, so he's going to have to move it.
Doubles to the corner.
Yeah, it does double to the corner, yeah.
If he can get right on the baulk cushion, he can play the red nearest the middle of that baulk cushion into the top left corner past the other one and use the cue ball to bump the red towards the middle. He's got to get there. It's not easy to get. He could get there off this one, sort of pinch the pocket and screw right back up the table. I don't think playing on the red to right middle next is that useful, unless he's planning to use this one to try and bump it, but you're kind of creating more traffic. So you're going to be pushing it, even if you do get the cannon, which isn't guaranteed, you're pushing it towards the yellows and the red and the 8-ball. So
yeah, it's one of those you want to attack from above if you can.
Yeah, I think he is attacking it now, and
I think he is.
The odds aren't in his favour here. Yeah, I mean, he can bump these again. I think he needs to play another cannon. That was always that was best result, really, what happened. But he was always. I think I'd have definitely been trying to get up towards the top cushion. Not that was easy, but he definitely had the angle to just screw straight up there and leave a much more natural cannon. So, I mean, he should still be fine here. Just want to catch the red nearest the cushion and make the white come back out towards the bulk line. You should be on the one that you bump out. And he's got him behind him, fine as well. Lovely, lovely shot.
Greg keeps fighting back at him, but Aaron just showing that tenacity.
He's definitely had the rub of the balls though in the match, Aaron. Greg hasn't really had any of it. I think Aaron's had that. Them little things go his way with the bounce out. He's kind of keeping the cue ball on the table a couple of times on the break when it maybe should have gone in, and
gave that a concerned look. He was just concerned that it was going to finish a bit straight, but he's okay. He's got the right angle. He can feed the cue ball back through. Yeah, you can see he's just got the angle.
Yeah, just between the yellow and the 8-ball here. He will go close to the yellow. Doesn't really matter if he catches it, but he's played it perfectly.
Lovely.
Yeah, Greg has just got to chase again.
Scoreboard still to update, but it's
lovely break from Greg, brilliant. After two where he squirted a lot of side on, he's really found the middle of the cue ball there. I think it's yellows, even though there's work to do. There's work on both colour sets. I think there's less work on yellows. But yeah, lovely timed break.
Still really nothing between these players. I mean, if Greg can find it here, then any kind of mistake from Aaron in the next frame, and this still could easily be Greg's.
Just having a look at reds. I think the yellow to the left centre is a bit too thin to hold on the one on the bottom of the table. Yeah. So if that shot's not on, he has to take reds. It's just how you deal with the one at the bottom, really. There's no connector to get back out from there. So just that. The only problem red. Oh, and just because of that, he's missed. Oh, and he's dealt with a problem red for Aaron because he can just plant it to the one over the hole now. Just all. He's probably just thinking it's another finish that's just needs a bit of work. That wasn't a nice red to have to deal with. But you've got to take it. You've got to at least get there, at least get to that shot.
Yeah.
So surely Aaron just plays the one to the bottom right corner, bit of right hand side.
Yeah.
Then play the plant on the bottom cushion.
Yeah.
Can he get there? I'm sure he can get here. Just float it down with right. Gently, nothing too firm. Just lots of right hand side on this to keep the cue ball down the table. He's gone up. Fair enough. Now he plays the plant. Then he plays the one on the cushion. Does he? Just don't block the pocket.
Yeah.
Everyone sees the game slightly differently.
I like that because he's just opened up the one in the one in the middle of the table wasn't a problem anyway, but he's just opened up.
He's had a bit of a heavy contact there. Has he had a kick or has he underhit it?
It felt like he'd underhit it.
Fair enough.
When I first saw it, it felt like he'd underhit it. I mean, it may well have been a heavy contact, maybe doing a misjustice, but it just didn't seem like it seemed like he quit on it a bit as he played through.
You're just worried you're going to leave the red in a funny position. I mean, I still fancy him to make this off the cushion anyway, so should be fine. But
it's just about where the ball goes, isn't it? I mean,
I think it'll be all right. It's going to be a slow pace he plays this at. I think if he makes it, he'll be fine. Yeah, it's perfect.
That's brilliant. Great recovery.
A little bit lucky that the red sat so nicely in the pocket. It's one of those. If the red wasn't sat where it was, he would have been in trouble. But the red couldn't have put it better with your hand where the one stayed near the hole. So yeah, I think this is going to be, barring something very crazy happening, this is game over. Greg will feel a bit hard done by, but he'll also be gutted he missed this chance in the decider. Another lucky flick for Aaron. He's definitely had all the rub. But he's played very well as well. He hasn't really made any mistakes that have amounted to anything.
Yeah, I think it's one of those games that, either player Greg will feel a bit aggrieved. But, neither have really done that much wrong.
No, they played at good pace. The match is going to finish before the 15-second shot clock, showing 11 minutes left. So unless Aaron misses, they're not going to have needed to play crazy ball. Took sensitive, and he's perfect just to come through the 2 yellows in the middle of the table and leave the 8 ball to the bottom right corner. I think he was trying to land straighter on this to track straight down the table, just the way he reacted, but he's perfect here.
Probably a little bit of nerves in there. He knows what a great opportunity this could be to lift the title, lift the trophy.
Yeah, good deserving winner. Unlucky to Greg. Both have put on a great performance. Just the odd half little mistake here and there.
Great stuff from Aaron Davies. It's him that gets through into that semi-final. He will play John McAllister in his next match.